Hello, everybody. I'm Mr. Valentine. Nice to cross paths with you today. Hope this finds you well. Today, I'm watching the 1999 picture, The Green Mile. I am stoked to get into this film. I appreciate you taking your precious time out to watch this with me. And if you want to support the channel, like this video, leave me some comments down below, subscribe if you're not already a subscriber. And you're doing the best thing right now by watching this, Your view counts. I appreciate your viewership, you specifically, your viewership. And a further extension of my gratitude goes out to my patron members over there on the Patreon who are getting early access, full unedited versions. And a special thanks to my Prestige Worldwide members, Jesse, Andrew C., Jake M., Thistlefig, Trevor, John M., Robert M., Katie S., Russian Paul, and DeAndre Flyboy. Also to my hilariously named Superior Cupidity tier over there on the Patreon, V-Dubs. Appreciate you, man. But without further ado, let's get into the picture at the end of the 20th century, the Green Mile, shall we?
You love your sister. You make it a noise and what happens.
Love your sister. Make any noise, what happens, huh? What does that signify?
More basis of that. Mistake. Tony doesn't admit that he's not. It's not. She can't answer.
Naturally, they're watching Jerry Springer, the pinnacle of culture entertainment.
Now, this here is worth a look.
What kind of memories is that evoking in you? Something is weighing on him.
I guess sometimes the past just catches up with you whether you want it to or not.
You got that right.
Did I ever tell you that I was a prison guard during the Depression?
You've mentioned it.
Did I mention that I was in charge of death row, that I supervised all the executions?
Oh,
Death row is called the last mile. We called ours the Green Mile.
roll credits. Cinnamon Sands.
You all right in there?
I'd venture to say no, sir.
Razor blades, yeah. Oh.
Someone visited a brothel last night, hanging with the Jezebels under perfumed sheets.
Dead man walking. Got a dead man walking here. We got a dead man walking here.
Percy.
Get a little repetitive there, bud.
It's enough.
Seems to be reveling in that statement.
I'm not gonna have any trouble with you, big boy. Can you talk?
Yes, sir, boss. I can talk.
He is muscle bound, huh? Who's that, Terry Crews?
Let's go. Come on.
All right. This nincompoop.
Percy, get a moving house down in the infirmary. Why don't you go see if they can use some help?
They got all the men they need.
Why don't you just go and make sure? I don't care where you go, Percy, just as long as it's not here at this very moment.
Yeah, dude. Percy, your services are not needed. Hope he gets his comeuppance from my mouth to God's ears.
You bust my finger.
Wipe that grin off your poke face, didn't I?
Percy, get that off my block.
Hey, Percy is got a little screw loose, don't he, huh? Napoleon complex.
Your name is John Coffey.
Yes, sir, boss. Like to drink. Only not spelled the same.
Oh, you can spell, can you?
Django. The D is silent.
Do you leave the light on after bedtime? Because I get a little scared in the dark sometimes. If it's a strange place.
Oh, the sympathy this is engendering. He's a teddy bear. Oh, the humanity.
I couldn't help it, boss. I tried to take it back, but it was too late.
What, pray tell, do you mean by that, Mr. Coffee? I like this camera work thus far. It's subtle.
Well, a man, he deserves to fry for what he done. Make your blood curdle.
He tried to take it back, but it was too late. Yowza. Oh, come on.
Jesus. Jesus.
That's a despicable set of circumstances to find oneself in. This is posing a host of questions. Oh man. That's dark.
I couldn't help it. I tried to take it back, but it was too late. Boy, you under arrest for murder.
I feel like this is coded language, or he's not articulating himself that well.
Linda's not so well, Paul.
No headaches?
I'll be taking over to Vicksburg next day or so for some tests. Head x-rays.
Hey, headaches ain't no joke, man. I used to get those as a teen. I would wish that on my worst enemy. I don't know why people say they wouldn't. They're your adversary.
Like it or not, the wife of the governor of this state has only one nephew, and his name happens to be Percy Whitmore.
Politics, nepotism.
But Percy has an application in a Briar Ridge.
Briar Ridge. The mental hospital.
Administration job.
Don't you love Tom Hanks?
Then why is he still here? Hell, with his connections, he could have any state job he wants. I think he just wants to see one cook up close.
That's detestable. What a characterization. He's there for the love of the game. Get this guy out of here.
Have you seen Doc Bishop yet?
No, because he's just going to want me to take sulfa tablets. Office. It will run its course all by itself. Thank you very much for your concern.
My bad. He seems like a good family man. I didn't mean to cast aspersions that he was seeing prostitutes earlier. I'm fallible. I'm fallible. He's going to get the homies for sure. Coming back with Mickey, Minnie, Chuck E. Cheese. Does that count?
Boss, saw me a mouse go by.
Can't put anything over on you.
John Coffey is nothing if not perceptive. Gotta be quicker than that. And more accurate. A hair more accurate.
Percy, you want to think about what you were doing just now?
I was trying to get the mouse. Are you blind?
3 blind mice.
You know, back in the restraint room, you are cluttering up my mind.
Oh, that's a bar. I'm calling Kendrick Lamar. That rhymed.
Sitting down in a seat, no sparky.
What do I do?
Watch and learn.
Watch and learn.
He is champing at the bit. What is wrong with this guy, Percy?
Soak the sponge.
Putting on the black hood.
Why is he putting that sponge on his head?
Conducts electricity directly to the brain, fast like a bullet. You don't ever throw the switch on a man without that.
Oh, that is horrid. I'm not a fan of capital punishment. I don't mind lowercase punishment, though. Okay, it's a bad time for humor. My bad. Disregard that. Disregard it.
Look. I done tamed that mouse.
We see that.
He's been befriended.
Watch this. Watch what he do.
So you can teach a rogue mouse new tricks.
No, he's smart, Mr. Jingles.
Mr. Jangles.
That his name. He whispered in my ear.
Mr. Bojangles.
Could I have a box for my mouse? So he can sleep in there with me?
I notice your English gets better when you want something.
Want to see what else he can do?
And now he's Mr. Eloquence here.
Play fetch. Watch. He fetched it every time. Every time. That's so smart, Mouse Dale. Like he a circus mouse or something.
Call a spade a spade.
Well, well, well. Looks like you found yourself a new friend there, Dale.
Don't hate him, okay?
Let sleeping mice lie.
We ought to find a cigar box and get some cotton batting from the dispensary to line it with. That should do real nice.
No ulterior motives? Nothing reprehensible to say?
Man said get a cigar box.
That he did. Surely he has nothing up his sleeve on this front, right?
It's a tumor ball. It's the size of a lemon, they said. Way down, deep inside, where they can't operate.
Inoperable to boot. That's quite unfortunate. Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
Come on, let's go. Look alive, big boy.
Okay, this actor, Sam, is rocking this character well. Sam Rockwell. Don't hold that against me.
Careful.
Where do you... Oh. Careful. Okay, did you have a premonition? It's John Coffey clairvoyant. And the plot thickens, baby. Oh. Percy talking all that talk. Oh man, this is bedlam.
Where do you come from?
Night night, Billy. Percy, what are you doing? All bark, no bite? No, I'm hot at Percy, man. Even more so.
This is not a good time.
I need to talk to you.
Wait, Paul did hear John say careful though, right? And it just got lost in the mayhem, or am I misreading it?
Closer.
All you know you ain't supposed to then.
Mind your business, Dale.
An astounding degree of trust here.
What do you want, John Coffey?
Just to help.
Yo! Whoa! He got a touch that's ameliorating him. Oh, I like a good vertigo shot. Okay. Color me intrigued. I'm intrigued.
I say shut up.
That's amazing what just transpired here and the ramifications of it. What is this movie? I am invested. I mean,
What did you just do to me?
I helped it. Didn't I help it? I just took it back, so
take it back.
awful tired now, boss. Dog tired.
You got that dog in you. Okay. I am stimulated right now because of what this entails. He has magic healing powers.
Boss,
Oh, this shifts the narrative dramatically and puts him holding those two girls into a radically different light. Especially him saying, I tried to take it back, but all right, let's go, movie. I'm sold. And a necessary push in on the camera because this is, transformative information. What are you in possession of, Mr. John Coffey? Oh, that's spectacular.
Hey, honey. How you feeling?
Oh, not too bad.
I've had worse days.
What did the doctors say?
Oh, ain't no doctors.
He's checking out that rump, that gluteus maximus. I think that's love in the air.
Happens to tonight.
We've now entered into the TLC portion of the movie. Good old tender love and care, baby. Paul has a new lease on life. And giving your wife back shots is the least you could do. Oh, wait a second. They had a marathon of coitus, of copulation.
Not that I'm complaining. But we haven't gone 4 times in one night since we were 19.
At your mom's, yeah.
Well, tell me what's going on.
He's been revitalized. He's virile. You've been visited by Dr. Coffee. I'm mesmerized by the turn of events. Lieutenant Dan.
Green Mile. I've heard of it. Lost a few clients your way.
I'd like to ask you about one of them.
Esquire.
Which client? Now you got my curiosity aroused.
John Coffey.
His interest has peaked.
Causing you problems?
No. He doesn't like the dark and cries on occasion.
Got a lot to cry about, I'd say. You know what he did?
I read the court transcript. Thank you, Mrs.
He has a deep conviction about his guilt. Noted.
I've wondered if he ever did anything like that before. A man who does a thing like that has often developed a taste for it over time. It occurred to me.
That's not unsound reasoning.
Might be easy enough to follow his back trail. Find out. A man his size and color to boot. Can't be that hard to trace.
You'd think so, but you'd be wrong. You tried. Like he dropped out of the sky.
How can that be?
It's not insignificant expression. It's not an insignificant expression.
You came up here to see if I think he did it at all.
Do you?
He was found with the victims in his arms.
And yet you defended him.
Everyone is entitled to defense.
Circumstantial evidence sounds to me. But who knows?
I'll tell you something. You listen close, too, because it might be something you need to know.
I'm listening.
I'm all ears.
We had us a dog. Well, in many ways, a good mongrel dog is like your nigger. You get to know it.
Oh, gosh.
You get to love it. It is of no particular use, but you keep it around because you think it loves you.
A malevolent perspective.
My wife and I were not so lucky. Eddie, come here for a second. Please, sir.
Oh.
He still has the one good eye. I suppose he's lucky not to be completely blind. We get down on our knees and thank God for that much at least. The dog attacked my boy for no reason. Just got it in his mind one day. Same with John Coffey. He was sorry afterwards.
But I think you're talking about an actual canine here, not a human being.
I went out there with my rifle and grabbed his collar and blew his brains out. Is Coffey guilty? Yes, he is. You may get
This fella here, man. That's a pernicious way to look at the world. Automatically imputing his guilt because of his experience with his dog. Talk about dehumanization.
Thank you.
Thank me for what?
Well, you know.
Oh. What's your missus, please?
Several times.
Please is one way to put it. She had something to write home about that night. 4 letters.
Oh, John, I smell that from over here. I surely can.
Can I get a deal, Mr. Jacobson?
It's yours, John. You can do with it as you please.
Oh man, Michael Clark Duncan, or is it Duncan Clark? He's given one hell of a performance right now.
Hey, I'll grab up your things. It's a big day for you and Mr. Jingles.
What you talking about?
Important folks heard about your mouse, so you came perform.
One's a politician all the way from the state capitol, I believe.
Did they ever get him his cigar box?
The fish fried just now, Dale, but...
Question asked and answered.
Isn't that something? You done good, old timer. We're happy for you. Yeah, we are.
You can sense something is amiss.
Percy,
Oh, wow.
I didn't mean nothing.
That's a bit off-putting. The imagery.
Hey, you don't piss his pants.
That he did. Twice now. Earlier, he emotionally pissed his pants. He micturated.
You talk about this to anyone, I get you all fired. I swear that to God.
What happens on a mile stays on a mile. Always has.
He suffered quite the indignity.
Yeah. You keep laughing, you French fried. You just keep on laughing.
Alliteration of a kind. French fried cigarette.
Where's Whitmore do a dance? Listen to him squishing in his pants.
I'll take him then.
Merci beaucoup, thank you kindly, but you live out in the woods.
Très bien.
He be scared to live out in the big woods.
Something touching about this intimate connection he's formed with this mouse.
how about Mouseville?
Mouseville.
Tourist attraction down in Florida.
It's just down the road a piece from the Dog University.
You think they'd take Mr. James? You think he's got the stuff?
Over there on Feline Boulevard.
What is Mouseville?
Tourist attraction, I said. They got this big tent you go into.
They're trying to give him some consolation.
Yeah, that's it. That's the place for Mr. Jenkins. Oh,
This place actually exists. You can't tell me any different.
you're gonna live in a mouse city down in Florida. Up there goes.
Oh, man. That is horrific. Oh, don't show me Jingles.
I knew I'd get him sooner or later. It's just a matter of time, really.
Unbelievable. That guy's incredible. Percy defies logic of maliciousness.
Giving to me might still be time.
What?
What are you doing? What the?
He about to do what I think.
Help him. Please, Johnny, help him.
It's like the plot of the 2021 film, The Girl Who Believes in Miracles. This is mind-bending. So he can see into the future. He can heal UTIs, and now he can reanimate dead bodies. This, I don't believe, could be any more captivating. Surreal. Surreal. Yeah, they're looking like, sir? I mean, what do you do with that information if you're these guards and these prisoners in this moment?
Boss Percy bad. He mean. He step on Dale Mallows. I took it back though.
He took it back. Oh, that is remarkable.
Boss Ashcombe, don't let nothing happen to Mr. Jangle, okay?
I have a feeling he'll protect Mr. Jangle.
You're a good man, boss. You too, boss.
This is immensely affecting. This movie is threatening to lacerate me.
You've been condemned to die by a jury of your peers. Do you have anything to say before sentence is carried out?
I'm sorry for what I do. I give anything to take it back. But I can't. God have mercy on me. And this is what I say, amen.
It sounds like he is genuine in what he says about the remorse. Sorry for what I do.
Don't forget about mouthfeel.
There's no such place. That's just a fairy tale these guys told you to keep you quiet.
I've had it. I've had it up to here, man. Oh. That guy gets my goat. He's gotten up my nose. I have so much vitriol towards that character. Oh. Say it ain't so. You vindictive. That's deplorable. He's gonna intensify the pain. For craps and giggles.
Edward Delacroix,
Ah, that's so morbid.
electricity shall now be passed through your body until you are dead in accordance with state law. God have mercy on your soul.
John Coffey is an empath, amongst other things. He clocked it. He described it.
Roll on two.
That's dreadful. That's dreadful.
Don't you stop it. What you doing? It's too late for that.
Percy has done the unthinkable. Yo. No, don't put your hand over your mouth now. You're the agent in this chaos. Oh. Oh, come on.
You're running this show, ain't you?
I have so much acrimony. And then you had the audacity, the unmitigated gall, the nerve to have shock and awe on his face. These are such.
I didn't know the sponge is supposed to be wet.
Yeah. Punch this guy till the cows come home.
Alec was dead, and Percy is not worth it. So he just gets away with it. Is that how it works?
It's always that one ne'er-do-well.
He out of it now, though. He the lucky one. No matter how it happened, Dale's the lucky one.
Where's Mr. Jangle?
He ran away under the door. Don't think he'll be back.
Oh man, it's gotta be feeling vulnerable.
He felt it too. Through me. Didn't mean to hurt him none. All that hurt just ill out. Awful tired now, boss. Dog tired.
Dog tired, he said.
Me too, John.
A profound meaning, seeing that his attorney compared him to a dog. Oh man, this movie is just oozing pathos here and tenderness through this John Coffey character. Dale's the lucky one. Life is suffering.
Talking about our jobs. Sneak a sick woman into a sale block? Oh, no. Know him. He wouldn't believe anything if it fell on him.
You're talking about taking John Coffey to her.
Ooh. And the plot thickens.
You think this is enough? I don't know.
What might that be, huh? Ah. Boning up, are we? Bonehead. This guy. Trying to give this guy the benefit of the doubt. He's over there looking at the Kama Sutra.
Don't be stingy hogs. Come on now, fellas. Come on, boss. I've been good all day.
Ask and ye shall receive, my friend.
Talking this sale. Y'all get to drink. I'm thirsty. Give me some.
This plane is going off without a hitch. Will Smith. And now we wait.
Let go of me! Let go!
It's a lot of lead pipe.
Oh, Percy, what would your mother say? Let go of me, you ignoramus.
Ignoramus? What is that? That game from Cracker Barrel?
Oh, no, you can't do this.
We can. And we are.
And if you're lonely, just think about Miss Leadpipe.
Get lost in sweet, sweet reverie. Yeah, if anybody has ever deserved to be stuck in a padded room, it is our antagonist, Percy.
We gone for the ride now.
That's right. We going for the ride.
No way. How, dude? How? Is he impervious to that? To those drugs?
You a bad man.
That's right. Bait as you want.
What's wrong? What's wrong?
Some energy being transferred here. Oh, this is stupendous.
All the hell down electric chair. What man? On the house is sitting on the electric chair.
Oh, man.
You a bad man.
No truer words have ever been uttered. Whites only fountains, whites only restrooms, whites only electric chairs. Diabolical.
All right, big boy, let's get moving. Come on.
On a quest to alleviate Melinda from her tumor, a lemon-sized tumor. Here we go.
I don't understand.
You're gonna have to trust me.
John has an unflinching commitment to good.
What do you want?
Tell them to take her blood.
Just the help. Just the help, boss. That's all.
You can't. No one can.
Yeah, you're not going to be needing that, bud.
Don't you go in there. Don't you do it. Stop now. You hear me? Paul, I don't want him up there.
He's on a mission.
You just be quiet.
Oh, bet that's quite the sight for old Melinda here.
All right, Al.
Trust the process.
Don't come near me, pig.
What is this, The Exorcist?
What's your name?
John Coffee, ma'am. Like to drink. Only not spelled the same.
Like the drink indeed.
Ma'am,
Yes, John Coffey.
I see it. I see it.
What?
You be still now. You be so quiet, so still.
John Coffey is the salt of the earth. Interesting methodology. This is majestic. He's like the opposite of a Dementor. Oh, instantaneously. Look at that. The color returning. She's been rejuvenated by one John Coffey. This is so compelling.
Check it out. Come on. Cough it out like you done before.
Coffee out.
Whatever he sucked out of her, he's choking on it. John.
Fine, just let me be.
How did I get here?
Providence.
We were going to the hospital in Vicksburg.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Did I have the x-ray? Did I?
Yes. Yes. It was.
Ah, snap, crackle, and pop.
Can you turn around and see this lady?
What's your name?
Say it, say it.
John Coffee, ma'am.
Like the drink.
You bet those sweet cheeks.
Only not spelt the same.
No, ma'am. Not spelled the same at all.
That's so sweet. This is so sweet. Oh, okay. Okay, the Green Mile.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Joe.
This act alone, man, should be evidence of his innocence. He's exonerated. Is performing these miracles a double-edged sword for John Coffey here? Like coffee, like the drink, but not spelled the same?
He's hurting bad.
No good deed goes unpunished. Yo! Are you... He's just trying to heal his soul. What are John's intentions? What on God's green earth? What on God's green mile earth? Oh, no way. Is John absorbing all of his negativity and wickedness? Yeah, dude.
Are you all right?
Talk about a befuddling experience. He just underwent metamorphosis. Franz Kafka. Ah.
What you looking at, you lamp noodle? You want to kiss me? You want to suck?
Oh. Sophie's choice. What? Whoa. Is this a phantasmagoric sequence? Oh my God, dude.
No, no, no. Oh, no.
That is baffling. Talk about a plot twist. My prediction of this scene after he interacted with Mr. Coffee here was diametrically opposed to what happened. All bets were off.
I punished them bad men. I punished them both.
Why? Why, Wild Bill?
I saw in his heart when he grabbed my arm. I saw what Wild Billy done. Saw plain as day.
He was the judge, jury, and executioner.
You see for yourself.
Huh? No.
Cognitive dissonance. I know Paul has cognitive dissonance in this moment.
I got to, boss. I got to give you a little bit of myself. A gift. A gift of what's inside of me so you can see for yourself.
Ah, he's given him a startling level of omniscience. Oh, we flash. Here we go. Where is this headed? Oh. Oh. Billy. He done did the kids. No, did he?
Come on, Billy. I worked you.
Oh my God.
Come get you some supper.
That is a wild revelation. So yeah, he took 2 slugs to the sternum. Oh, that's treacherous. Oh, not the baby doll.
You love your sister. You're making a noise. You know what happens? I'm gonna kill her instead of you. You're making a noise. I'm gonna kill her. You understand?
An ominous callback. Full circle.
Kill them with their love. They love with each other. Now you see how it is. That's the way it is every day. That's the way it is all over the world.
Talk about being such an emotional sponge and detecting such evil agents in the world.
Son, can you hear me? Speak up if you can hear us. This boy's cheese slid off his cracker.
Percy, gotta ask you a question.
That's quite the idiom. Oh yeah, hold on. I'm disoriented right now. Hold up.
scared the boy so bad he wet himself.
That is marvelous writing. Oh, yeah. Percy is cooked. He got that transferred to the mental hospital after all, baby. Just not in the capacity he desired. Hey, Percy, it sucks to suck.
Does Hal know that Coffey's innocent, I mean? Can he help? Does he have the influence to do something about this? Stop the execution?
Gotta have to come up with some kind of stratagem.
And don't tell him. If he can't help, don't tell him. Ever.
I won't.
That's quite the burden. There's nothing to be done about this? Yeah, how can you prove? How can you prove it? Ocularly.
John, tell me what you want me to do. You want me to take you out of here? Just let you run away? See how far you could get?
Why would you do such a foolish thing?
On the day of my judgment, when I stand before God, he asks me, why did I kill one of his true miracles? What am I going to say? That it was my job.
On the day of reckoning.
You tell God the Father it was a kindness you done. I know you're hurting and worried, but you ought to quit on it now. I want it to be over and done with. I do.
This is such a beautiful depiction.
I'm tired, boss.
Don't say it. Don't say it.
Tired of being on the road, only as a sparrow in the rain. Tired of never having me a buddy to be with. Tell me where we's going to, coming from, or why.
Oh, that's poignant.
Mostly I'm tired of people being ugly to each other. I'm tired of all the pain I feel and hear in the world. Every day, there's too much of it. It's like pieces of glass in my head all the time. Can you understand?
Yes, John, I think I can.
This is such an elegant rendering of a psychological makeup.
Must be something we can do for you, John. It must be something that you want.
Ain't never seen me a flicker show.
Oh, the moving picture unites us all. The power of the cinema. The power of the cinema. He ain't never seen one of them talkies before. Look at that framing, a halo around his head. This is exquisite movie making. Oh, this movie got me feeling hella vulnerable. And the motif of him lowering his head.
Be all right, fellas. This here's the hard part. I'll be all right in a little while.
John,
He's consoling them.
I'll give it back after.
You know, I fell asleep this afternoon and had me a dream. I dreamed about Dale's mouse.
Did you, John?
Mouseville, USA.
Down to that place Boss Howard talked about. I dreamed of his kids. I dreamed those two little blonde-headed girls was there. I put my arms around them and set them on my knees. There's no blood coming out of their hat, and he's just fine.
So tender. Such a tender sequence. The parish just want justice. They have no earthly idea what transpired.
There's lots of folks here hate me.
Poetic intensity.
Kill him twice, you boys. You go on, kill that raping baby twice.
He tried to take it back, but it was too late.
Wipe your face before you stand up, Dean.
Yes.
No, yeah, you're right. Chill. Compose yourself. If John Coffey can do this, so can I.
Does it hurt yet? I hope it does. I hope it hurts like hell.
John Coffey, you have been condemned to die in the electric chair of your peers, sentence imposed by a judge in good standing in this state. Do you have anything to say before sentence is carried out?
I'm sorry for what I am.
Oh. Full stop? End of sentence?
Please, boss, don't put that thing up on my face. Don't put me in the dark. I was afraid of the dark.
Please grant this. Allow this.
All right, John.
He's afraid of the dark, man. In every fiber of his being, he gravitates towards the light. Oh man, this is intolerable.
John Coffey, electricity shall now be passed through your body until you are dead. May God have mercy on your soul.
Wrongfully accused is the worst. The specter of the wrongfully accused. What a dreadful state of things.
You have to say it. You have to give the order.
No, dude, call an audible. Call an audible. Dilly. Omaha. That's a pristine screenwriting choice.
He kill them what they love. That's how it is every day, all over the world.
That's supremely sad. Supremely.
We're on two.
This is chopped and screwed, man. Why are you doing this to me, movie? The movie has the nerve to have unbelievable cinematography. May God rest his soul. John Coffey and Michael Clark Duncan. Okay. Touche movie. Touche.
It was the last execution I ever took part in. I just couldn't do it anymore after that. Just both transferred out, took jobs with Boys Correctional.
Okay.
It was all right. Catch 'em young became my motto.
Tried to balance out all of that horribleness.
It's just that
It's quite a story.
it's quite a story.
You got that right.
Thing I don't
and Jan had a grown son in 1935. Is that right?
The math doesn't work, does it? Do you feel up to taking a walk?
Oh, I know you do, brother. It's the final piece of the puzzle here that we're about to connect.
There.
Oh, it isn't. Can't be.
Come over here, boy. Come on over here and see this lady.
Come on, make her acquaintance.
Be Mr. Jingles.
As I live and breathe.
Monsieur et Madame, bienvenue au Cirque de Mousy.
This is a scintillating movie. My scent is elated.
This isn't exactly the Mouseville we had in mind, is it? We make do, don't we, old fella?
Of course, Paul is going to be true to his word.
I think when we electrocuted Dale, a part of whatever magic was inside of him just leapt into my tiny friend here. As for me, John had to give me a part of himself. When he took my hand, a part of the power that worked through him spilled into me.
He infected you with life?
Infect is a strong choice.
I'm 108 years old, Elaine. I've had to see my friends and loved ones die off through the years. Hal and Melinda, Brutus Hal, and you, Elaine.
He's a soul survivor.
You'll die too. And my curse is knowing that I'll be there to see it. It's my atonement, you see. It's my punishment for letting John Coffey ride the lightning, for killing a miracle of God.
Almighty everlasting God, source.
Oh, man. That's a tremendous story choice. So unthinkable.
I have no illusions of immortality, but I will have wished for death long before death finds me. I wish for it already.
This movie is brilliant and tragic.
Mr. Jingles,
The one and only.
where you been? Been worried about you, boy. You hungry? Go see if we can't find you something to eat.
Please give Mr. Jingles all the nourishment his heart desires.
I lie in bed most nights thinking about it. I think about all the people I've loved, now long gone. Think about my beautiful Jan, how I lost her so many years ago. And I think about all of
Oh, roll over to the empty bed.
But one thought, more than any other, keeps me awake most nights. If he could make a mouse live so long, how much longer do I have? We each owe a death. There are no exceptions.
No.
But oh God, sometimes the Green Mile seems so long.
No. Keep breathing. I am stunned. Oh, the camera fell. Oh, okay. Well, you'll forgive the framing because I'm trying not to read too far into what just happened. I said I'm stunned when the credits first started rolling and my camera fell. I don't know. I'll dissect that later. But this movie is something to behold. I mean, it's almost overwhelming to try to unpack what I just witnessed. John Coffey, played by, oh my gosh, played by Michael Clark Duncan. So remarkable, so convincing, so eloquent and subtle a performance that it's going to take a while for me to wrap my head around it. He's this emotional sponge, this empath who is in possession of some transcendent powers. And when we first meet him, he's this submissive, delicate flower, let's say. And it's funny to describe him thusly when he's this imposing figure. So we meet him. And the first inkling we have is him yelling in agony, saying, "I tried to turn it back, but it was too late." So we're like, okay, what does that entail? And as the movie progresses, this movie is heavy, man. So much depth, so much complexity. As the movie progresses, we have a finer understanding as we put these events under a microscope, under a magnifying glass, exactly what that means through reviving a mouse and curing Paul of his UTI, which allowed him to knock boots with his wife in a convincing fashion 4 times. That hasn't transpired like that since they were 19. So, you know, he was an agent of change, positive change. He left the world a better place than he found it. This movie was so arresting. All of my faculties were engaged and absorbed through this plot, through this sequence of events. It's a relentless level of poignancy, very poignant. The qualities it was evoking and stimulating the mind and drawing you into the life of these characters, not only the prisoners who were on the Green Mile, on death row, but also, you know, the guards, the people in charge of talking to them, like Paul would say. And a hell of a villainous character in Percy, man. I was so happy to witness his comeuppance. He got what he deserved. And I could not have anticipated what Mr. Coffey, when it appeared he was sucking all of the badness out of him. He was walking in a trance-like state. And he unloaded on, what was his name, William? Billy the Kid, who, now that's magnificent writing to have him be the culprit this whole time. And he got arrested for another crime. So, yeah, put the kibosh on his life, you know. I'm not necessarily a fan of capital punishment, but if anybody ever deserved it. And you know, it is so vivid how in the beginning we see Paul in the retirement home, and that scene in the movie really evoked and reminded him of that experience, and that actor did a fine job of conveying that to the audience. So much he's like being weighed down by 90 tons of guilt, and it's unbearable guilt, and he's not coping well. And I like a little nonlinear storytelling. This movie is surreal in the best interpretation of that word. So surreal. I got a kick out of and I really appreciated the art direction when John Coffey was performing his miracles. John Coffey, like the drink, just not spelled the same. He was performing the miracles, and the color palette and the sheer bravura the movie exuded is really just awe-inspiring to me. 1999, huh? Touche 1999. Gonna party like it's 1999, Prince. And it was so moving and tender and affecting when, what was his name? Dale, when he met his fate, which tangent, Percy didn't wet the sponge. What kind of person are you, Percy? Or the lack thereof? Like, imagine the kind of neurocircuitry Percy has to be that diabolical and that atrocious that you would willfully, that's cruel. That's cruelty incarnate. But anyways, okay, when Dale was killed, he went back to the cell. Paul went back to the cell talking to Coffey about it. He's like, Dale is the lucky one. Dale is the fortunate one. Life is suffering. And that just represented the end of his torments. And that is like, It's so poetic and it has such felicity. It's an appropriately chosen words that one can't help but feel the pain, the agony that he's experiencing and he's witnessing. He feels everything deeply. He's an emotional sponge. So, having to endure that all of your life is something to consider. And that his utterance of, I'm tired of being, what was it? What did he say? I'm tired of being like a sparrow in the rain, having no one, nothing. And I'm experiencing all of the world's hurt, all of the world's nefariousness so intimately. It's a sympathetic character. The height, the sympathetic character par excellence is embodied in this John Coffey. Like the drink, just not spelled the same. He's like a physical representation of all the trauma, all the ills of society in an innocuous form, in a very benevolent mass, huge, like formidable mass of being. So soft-spoken, so like altruistic. It's an altruistic character because every time he healed, he suffered from it. If it went from Melanie, took her headaches away, took her tumor away, but he became worse for it. It's marvelous writing. I quite enjoyed it. It's weird to say that you enjoyed a movie like this, but enjoy it in the sense that you have a level of catharsis while watching this. And people throw it around a lot, but this is truly a roller coaster in the way it handled levity, light moments and dark moments. And it was fine-tuned and there was a beautiful balance between the two. The jokes being peppered in, because that mouse, I'm gonna have to try to, elucidate my feeling towards the mouse and what that symbolizes. Freedom, vermin. Yeah, I mean, this movie gives you a lot to chew on, huh? A lot to chew on. And that's perfect icing on the cake. He went to Mouseville after all. A version of Mouseville. It exists. I knew it existed when they were explaining it to Dale there. I knew it existed in some form, shape, form, or fashion. Then when John Coffey died, some of that life, some of that energy was transferred into Paul. So he said he has no illusions of immortality, but for all intents and purposes, our guy's gonna live forever, essentially. And that is so astoundingly clever and heart-wrenching. It's heart-wrenching. This movie eviscerated me. I'm lacerated. I'm still trying to recover from the goings on. But his wife said, there's nothing he can do about it. His wife was like, is there anything, if you said anything, could it stop? Could it stay this execution? He was like, no. She was like, don't whisper, don't tell us so. And he didn't. And his punishment, as it were, was to see all of his life, was to see all of his loved ones, his family, his acquaintances perish while he continues living. And it's not a direct comparison, not the strongest analogy, but when he was saying these things, the myth of Sisyphus entered into my brain. I'm sure you know the mythological character who's punished to roll a boulder up a hill and to have it roll back down and do this for the rest of his life forever. And he's like he's walking in the shoes of Sisyphus, a Sisyphean task of continuing to endure, continue to sustain, and all of the leaves fall off the tree of life around you. And yet, you rise, you remain. This movie has so much value, and I'm glad I watched it. And if he said something, what purpose would it have served outside of getting off your chest that he was innocent? How could you prove it? Not to mention, how could you prove that? But what purpose would it have served mentioning it? And for him to bear such a guilt and to be resigned to such a fate and punishment. It's tragic, man, with a capital T. Tragic with a capital T. All right, man. I'm going to have to go do some deep breathing in order to conceptualize what I just watched and to give myself an emotional band-aid. But thank you for watching with me. I truly do appreciate everybody who's choosing to take time out of their precious day to watch me watch this for the first time. My gratitude cannot be expressed in a word, but thank you nonetheless. Like this video if you haven't. Leave me some comments. Leave me some comments down yonder if you feel the inclination, because, you know, a little assistance with the algorithm goes a long way. Patreon members, you're invaluable. So are my YouTube subscribers. We're up to 5,700. 5,700 of you all are watching this with me, watching this cinematic journey of mine, because I love movies. I watch movies all the time, and there's so many I haven't seen. So always taking suggestions, recommendations in my comment section is very welcome, very welcome. But this was 1999's The Green Mile, and I feel like I'm a better man for it. Thank you for watching, and as always, till we meet again,